What's up, everybody? It's John. This is John's podcast. It's my good friend right over here. So,
Hello everyone. What's up?
how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm waking up and we're good. I got my coffee. I'm ready.
Oh,
Go ahead and let your viewers know who you are, man. What's your artist? What you go by?
yeah, exactly. Hey, hello everyone. This is Hybrid Algorithm. I go by the artist name. My name is basically Protto Chakraborty Pranto, and I'm an electronics music producer from Bangladesh, representing Bangladesh right now, and just having a good time with all of you guys.
That's it. That's it, man. And then with your latest single, Rain on Me, that's the newest recent thing that
Yeah,
you put out, right?
that's upcoming. Like that's gonna release in 9th December. That is
Oh,
the upcoming.
okay. The 9th of
Yeah.
December, that's the release date. So what I heard
Yeah,
was just a promo of it, right? Like a
exactly.
dude, I can't wait for y'all to hear that. It definitely has like that electric like feel to it, and then it just hits different, man. Because it has
Yeah,
like a melody to it, and it's kind of just like I could hear it like at the EDM, you know what I mean? And you made that yourself, like you produced the whole thing yourself, like the
yeah, the whole thing that I produced that.
that's crazy. That's insane, bro. Because like I tell you what, like from because I have family that does that, and to see actually see somebody else create that environment, especially the way it's brought up and put up itself, seems like you're like a scientist to it. You know what I mean? Like you just an idea, you just put it to life. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
awesome. So explain a little bit like that. Like where did that come from? Like that motive to bring something of like why the title Rain on Me? Like what does that represent?
Okay. So, sorry. So basically, the kind of music I actually do is basically called future bass, and I have been producing. It's been like officially, it's been a couple of years now, and like electronics music. I always my motive is try to make something emotional. Like I'm kind of like a sad boy sound kind of person, like according to a producer. So each time I make a song, like if you check out all of my song, it has that, like sad, heartbroken kind of vibe, because
Yeah.
that kicks me a lot. And my main motivation to make the music is like I want my music to be the friend of the like of people who are going through depression or maybe some heartbroken moment. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like instead of taking any kind of foolish decision, just listen to my music. That will give you some peace for a moment. My motivation is that. So rain it on me. It's like one day I was jamming with myself. I was playing my guitars, my instruments, and what I usually do, like the software I work with is called Ableton. So I just press the record button and start jam with myself. Every time I do that, it's like not a clear mindset. Like, okay, I'm thinking of it. I'm going to make this thing. It's not like that. It's just a blank piece of paper, and I just like start throwing colors on it. It's something like that. And after some time, I came with a very simple but very catchy guitar, and that thing gives me like that thing gave me that kick. Like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
This need to be a cool song. And then I started layering on my drums, my other sounds and stuff, and that came out pretty well. So after that, I have my like one of my best friends, Emily Ewing. She's a very talented artist, very talented singer songwriter.
Shout out to Emily. Mhm.
Shout out to Emily. She's very talented. So I sent that to her. There was nothing like, hey, write on something top of that. It's nothing like that. I just sent him a SoundCloud link, and I was like, hey, do you like this thing? And she replied nothing, but after some time she sent me the hook of the song, like just a rough demo she sang on like on his phone, and just sent that. And that thing was like the vibe. That vocal on top of my instrumental, that was the vibe. Then I sent her the full instrumental, like just do it.
Yeah.
So basically, she came up with this, like the last word, "rain it on me." So that is how the song went, like named "Rain It On Me." It
Okay.
was not pre-planned. It was just hit of the moment, like the last word, "Rain It On Me," and we just kept that in that way because that was like fitting with the song.
Yeah. Sometimes those things work out the best, man. Like especially when it's just last minute and it works out itself, especially when you just put things together and you have a great artist to support that, like Emily Wing. Shout out to her. She's an amazing vocalist. Like her songs, like especially for what you're looking for in emotional centers to reach out to people, to connect with people in emotional environment. You really want to connect with those kind of people. You want to have a right connection, and I felt like you did that just right by shouting out to people that are in the same environment, but you're giving them a new challenge by introducing them to a new era of music and kind of challenging their vocals in a sense. And the way I heard that song, it played out marvelously. Like I have to give it to you. Like your your
Thank
your
you.
your mindset, the way how you vision it, and then you just put it out there and you just created it like a natural artist. You have natural talent, you natural to it, and that's good, because in nowadays, it takes a lot for an artist to even have a thought process or an idea. So it's like if your brain can work like that, dude, it's like clockwork. It runs, it just goes, and then put it out, and then you never know. Like one day in a couple of years, somebody could look back at this like, damn, this shit hits. And then, they'll put it out there and they don't blow up all because of an
Yeah,
idea. You know what I mean? Starts with
yeah,
just
I
an
get it.
idea. And then that's cool, man. That's cool
I
that,
really appreciate those words, man. That means a lot.
oh, awesome, dude, for sure, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like support. I
Yeah,
support artists. I support anybody that even has just an idea. You know what I mean? And I talk about this a lot because like, I really appreciate the opportunities I get even in right now just to even have a conversation with other artists that has an idea, or because I just want to understand the mindset of an artist. Because like growing up trying to become that artist, I always felt like the outcast. I always felt like, my ideas weren't good enough. But like for you guys to even challenge yourselves, to even putting yourself out there like that, salute to y'all. Because for me, I don't have that in me to really do that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, dude, it takes a lot, and you're doing it. You know, you and as into other artists I've interviewed as well. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone that supported me so far, especially you, man. Like, this is awesome. You know.
always from a brother.
Heck yeah, man. But so have you done any live performances or anything like that prior to your well actually no, you don't do any live performances or anything. Like you're just like the engineer.
I have been in couple of like online events, like
Okay.
online shows, like when it was mid Corona season, back in 2020 2021 era. So that time,
Oh,
I got into some live events that were held in online, like this Zoom. There was some like special passes for people who want to attend over there, and there was a pretty good amount of people actually joined there. So I had some of those online stuff, but didn't like do any kind of uh, like physically staged performance. That I haven't done yet, but I'm planning.
okay. Have you done any like Twitch events or anything like that as well, or just like Zoom and all that kind of stuff? Because Twitch,
No, the Zoom in all stuff. Never done Twitch, but actually I'm planning. I have a good team with me now, at least. I am with a couple of good people.
uh-huh.
Like I am currently signed by Melodic Basement Records. This is a US based electronic music record label.
Okay.
So usually what record labels do is like they suck out everything from an artist rather than giving anything.
Awesome.
This is true. This is music business. So, but Melodic Basements Basement is like treating me as their family person, and they are like appointing, like the owner of Melodic Basement is managing me personally, like all my songs, everything, my social media, my branding, like the hybrid algorithm brand, to establish that they're helping me in each and every way. So we are planning to start the hybrid algorithm Twitch channel where I can stream musical stuffs. So we are
Oh,
planning,
okay.
and hopefully, will be soon online.
Okay, heck yeah, man. And then those for the followers, eventually I want you to let them know where they can follow you. So when that does come to establishment, I want them to be able to visualize that because nowadays streaming is such a big platform to the music industry now. It's just because of the whole pandemic, that's a gateway for people to connect with other people as well. Like, for example, we're Zooming right now, and
Yeah,
because of that, Zoom became such a big platform to like do so many things because of, the social distancing and all that stuff. But that gave an opportunity for people that are not in the same content to let themselves out there. And for yourself, that's, great opportunity, you know what I mean? And so I would definitely would love the fans and other people that are watching this and following you to see a process and to see where that comes about, because it's one thing doing it live, which is you obviously said you're going to do eventually. You and your team are picking or you and your team are basically on its way to establish that. But first thing is just putting yourself out there. You ain't wasting no time, brother. That's good.
yeah.
That's a good thing that you ain't wasting no time. You're just like taking everything you can to put it together to put yourself out there. And that's just the biggest step that you can take. And like I said, man, your music is just electric. It's fire. It's gets people up, gets me up. Like when I was hearing it, I was like, yeah, this kind of brought me back a little bit to my childhood days. Like when I first listened to um that kind of establishment music, like
Yeah.
EDM electric music has been around for a little bit for me because like it took a couple of years for me understanding because at first I wasn't like okay, like just house music, crazy music, but once other people started getting into it and I started hearing like more melody and more meaningful to it, kind of like what you're bringing into it, then I started enjoying it more. So that's cool that you understand that concept because I understand your goal. Your goal is to relate to people. And that's what you want to
Exactly.
do at the end of the
Yeah.
day because you relate, the more people follow you, the more people will be more attracted to your sound. Because every day, when it comes to someone that listens to music all the time, that's like my healing process as well. For me personally, I always want to look for something new every single day. It's like fuel to the fire for myself and for other people that are in the same kind of, mentality. So that's cool that you're taking the step to find ways without physically having to be there, because like of course people are going to want to see you live and stuff like that, like kind of where you're at, you're bringing that new era, but you're still flowing with it. So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So any other projects that people should be looking forward to, or this is just the main goal right now?
No, no, actually, I have a bunch. I have a lot actually. It's not like these are the only projects I like. My hard disk is packed up with demos and yeah, other stuffs. But yeah, one news is I am almost done with my EP, my first EP. Like this is the first year my like in my producing career,
Yeah.
and I have gained like decent amount of stuff, like decent amount of streams, decent amount of listeners, decent amount of followers as well. So this is the first year of my production, and in the very first year I am releasing my EP. So that's kind of a like a bravery task for me. So it's coming out maybe in the next year February. So it's almost done. And like in this EP, I am collaborating with two very dedicated and two most talented artists I have ever met. One's name is Arch. He's from, I think he's from Italy, and he's a great producer, like one of the great, like talented melodic producer I have ever met. And one is named Taro. Emily has a song with him, like him as well. So this time we're collaborating, like for my EP. So I'm very hopeful about these two tracks because doing tracks with people that are like in your similar zone but talented, it's like a game changing situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very hopeful to that two songs. And also I have a bunch of other projects that are with other artists as well. So there is a bunch of things coming out next year, hopefully, if everything goes right.
Yeah, man. Just putting yourself out there. It's awesome.
Okay.
That's cool. And you said they're working with Emily, like as in producers and other artists
Yeah,
as well.
he
So
had a song. He had a song couple of months ago with Emily. It's
okay.
called Ignite. As far as I yeah, it's called Ignite. So it's also a very beautiful song. And one thing about Taro is he has the most intense melodic mind I have ever seen. Like he come up with melodies that are very simple but very vibey. So this is one thing. If I have to point out about Taro, that point one good thing about Taro, that will be his melodic sense. Awesome man. Like people I'm working with, or people at least I have talked with in social medias from other countries, like they're insane, man. Like sometimes I feel like, dude, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Oh, you can, bro. Can shit. If that person can, you can as well. But you know what? That's cool
Yeah,
that you
I
looked at
can,
as an
but those are
influence.
very talented people. So yeah, like Taro has the most insanely good talent about making melodies so perfectly. He is awesome. Shout out to Taro as well.
Yeah, and that's the important thing too when it comes to melody. Like for me, I like listening to melody. I love hearing melody, in any kind of song aspect. I feel like that's the important key of a song is melody, and for artists to see that from another artist, I think that's key for somebody that wants to be creative, and take that upon themselves, to match that or get past that, and bring a new environment to that.
Exactly. And the most weirdest part is, like, to be honest, since the very first time, like very beginning of my production, I was always that one short, like lack of confidence that my melody sense is good. So what I usually do is like I take the lead vocal of my songs and then started chopping them up, rearrange the vocals and try to come up with the melody. And if you like listen to all of my songs, there like the main lead is the vocal chops. So that's kind of my signature drop sound, like the vocal chops, very ambient stuff. That is what algorithm sounds are.
Damn, I see. That's cool, man. You have a strategy as it is.
Yeah, and that works every time. So that's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't break what's working, until
Yeah,
you find something new that works better. That's
yeah.
cool. Well, anyway, man, you wanna let the people know where they can follow you, where they can find you, so when you have all your
Oh
products
yes,
coming up.
yeah, sure. So I am available on every social media: Facebook, Instagram, uh, like other Twitter, everywhere you can find me. And my social media ID is Hybrid Algorithm. So if you type Hybrid Algorithm, you can find me everywhere. And also, if you just go to Google and type Hybrid Algorithm Music, you can find my Google profile and knowledge panel. So all my social medias are pinned into Google as well. So you can find me from there as well. So that would be the most easiest part. Just go to Google and type Hybrid Algorithm Music, and I will be appearing there.
Awesome. Yeah, man, y'all heard it. All right. So when it comes out, y'all better be following. Because I'll tell you what, man, I will be. Like I said before, I can't wait to see this new stuff, man. A lot of new things are cooking, especially with upcoming artists, man. I'm really excited to hear it, bro. Especially what you're putting out already. It's just so much more to come.
As like we're all excited, bro, because this song, actually I have to say something about this song, just I forgot earlier. So that is, this song helped me a lot to figure out what actually my sounds are, because this might take a little bit of time, so if you could give me the permission.
It's all good. We got time.
Oh yeah, thank you. So like since my very childhood, I was trained like in the field of classical music. My mom is a great singer. All my maternal house, like they're full of singers and media persons. Like my third maternal uncle, he is a jam. Like he is the best like classical singer I've ever heard, and he is one of my biggest inspiration.
Hmm.
So, but when I grew up, I just like, like first of all, I got dived into rock shit, rock music and stuff, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, everything. And suddenly things like when I started to grow my like getting older, I get into EDM, and my biggest inspiration is Eleni. He is like my idol. And every time, like before this song, I'm talking about the period like before this song. So every time I was about to make a song, there was always a mindset like if this song was made by Illenium, how this song would sound.
Hmm.
Like every time there is like these are my songs, but there is a simple focal point that if there was Illenium, so how it could be. But this song, it was completely me. This song was like no one else song. This is hybrid algorithm. So this time I was fully like reinventing myself, fully rediscovering myself, and this was a joyride, bro. Trust me, like this was a really fun ride because I have learned so many things while I was producing this song, and I have actually learned what are my type of sound, what represents me,
Hmm.
what it represents algorithm. So that thing, like this song, is very close to my heart and a very special one. So yeah,
Heck yeah, man. That's good. I'm glad that you got to be able to take that time to really find yourself in that, because God, I tried doing that, man. I failed 100%. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to find your place and find your sound. And it takes real true talent and real a mind of an artist to really do that. And you found that and you're still finding that. And every day is a new development, a new way to bring upon new music. And that's what you're doing. You're
exactly,
taking
man. It's so true.
yeah, you took from your child, and that's good that you take, from your childhood experiences and your background of like people that's, have music, from your mother being an amazing artist or a singer, and then you got your uncle, and you got, you just got background, and that just tells you right off back, like you have you have the potential and you have the background knowledge of people in your past that's done it already. You're just
Yeah,
doing it in a new genre of this new day and age, and you see what it's grown to
yeah,
be. And that's good. That's awesome that you take that time to get out of your comfort zone instead of staying in your heritage and staying in your own environment of music. Because a lot of people do that, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Nothing against that. But for somebody to get out of their own element and to create something new, of course, you're always going to have negative feedbacks in the beginning. It's always going to be like
yeah.
that.
It's always gonna
But
be like that.
yeah, and as you develop, then you just start caring less about that and you just use it as fuel. And I feel like you've done that in such a short time from what you're telling me. And from what I hear, I now that you say that it's a part of you, I hear it. So every time I hear like that beat that I was saying about from Rain on Me, I hear that from you. So now I just see you every time I hear the song now. Like, of course, I hear, Emily and all that, but like I hear you and I'm like, I can feel that connection. And it's always sound. Sound for me is just always the connection that I could see from the artist what they were talking about. It's kind of like they were just pouring their selves out into the song. And that's
Yeah,
cool that
exactly.
you found a way how to do that. Because I've always been
Yeah.
intrigued. How do you do that? But yeah, that's awesome,
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's really
fun.
fun. It's definitely fun because having something that you are interested in and doing that as your like career of choice, like a daily job. Like every time I wake up in the morning and just get into the studio, and after like 1 or 2 hours take a break and then again back to studio. It feels like a job, but it's not a job. It's like a fun, like it's like a playtime.
Yeah.
Because whenever I sit into the into that chair in front of my computer composing something, it's something like I love to do that, and I know actually how to do that. So it's not kind of like the job that gives me pressure. It's like the job that gives me fun, right? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Because like
yeah,
if it's a job and you don't love it, then it's just a job. But if you love doing it, then it's not a job. It's
it's
something you
not a
love doing. Like I wake up, did this podcasting thing. I didn't even think I was gonna love and enjoy this as much as I do. Like I do what I gotta do. I don't feel good to be honest with you. I feel like crap, but you know what? I'm in front of a mic, I'm in front of a video camera because I love doing this kind of stuff, man. I take my time out my day. You as well. I appreciate you doing this, but like I just enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy talking. I enjoy hearing other, opinions about this kind of stuff, and for other people to be influenced on this as well, and that's a big toll because I love doing it. You love doing it. It's just two things that two people are passionate about that bring into one. And that's just
yeah,
the amazing part about it. We don't have to have a huge stream right now because obviously we're going to build to that, but it's going to build itself. But what I'm saying is, no matter the journey where you're going, it's always about the destination where you're tend to. You know what I mean? And I feel like
yeah,
this journey is such an experience, especially when you love doing it. It's just gonna be you're gonna look back in the past like, wow, like I really love this shit, and you're gonna see where you're at. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
But we are getting up to that time, brother. So is there
Yeah.
anything you would like to let your fans know? Again, just to let them know again where they can follow you, where they can, reach you and stuff like that. So we just make it clear. And yeah, that's it.
So hi, this is Algorithm again. And to all my fans, like I love you like from the core of my heart. Because of you, I am what I am today. Like I'm not a big person, but I am what I am is just because of you guys, and I owe you big time. And those who don't know where to find me on every social media from Twitter to Instagram, just type hybrid algorithm and you will find my profile. And if not, you can go to Google and search hybrid algorithm music. And there you can find all of my songs, all of my social media pinned over there. And yeah, there's you can find me. And I love you guys. Everyone in the world, just be safe, be healthy, be happy, and keep listening to music.
That's love, man. There you go. Keep listening to music and keep loving. You feel me? All right, man. Well, this is John's podcast. I appreciate you, brother. This has always been a pleasure doing this kind of stuff, man. We'll be looking forward to looking for your music and it's gonna be hearing them bangers, baby. Let's go. We out,
Let's
man.
go.
Deuce.